Good morning, fifth graders. Mrs. Keidel here. I am going to give us a little demonstration on how we will be doing paper marbling with chalk pastel. We use oil pastels a lot in the art room, but they are very, very different than the chalky pastels that we're going to use today to create colorful, bright pieces of paper. So what we're going to need are some chalk pastels. This is like super duper nice, brand spanking new. Most of the ones we're going to use are from out of here, but these are chalk pastels. When they're brand new, they're pretty long and they have nice edges, but normally once they've had some use and some aging, I'll kind of wipe this off, they get a little more beat up, okay? Now, it's okay to use ones that are dirty compared to a brand new one because rarely our chalk pastels stay that clean, but what you can do is get a Kleenex or a paper towel, and before you get started, just kind of wipe it off. So just a few wipes makes a big difference, okay? But what you're gonna need besides these chalk pastels is a tub with water, okay? We're gonna be using the surface of the water, not the entire container, and that's really important to kind of take note of now. We're also going to have popsicle sticks. These are also coffee stirrers. Both of these will work well, but these are much thinner and a lot more flimsy, where these are a lot stronger, okay? So either one will work, but my favorite are the bigger ones. They allow me to hold it a little better. But what we do to get started is we start to shave our chalk onto the surface of our water. I hope that we'll be able to see this fairly well, and I'll show you guys here in another second, but I've got just my tub of water kind of floating around. Then I take my chalk. And I know that I want to include some colors that would be in a sunset. So I'm really going with yellows and oranges and reds. And then I'm going to take my popsicle stick or my coffee stirrer and I'm going to start scraping. And as you can see, I'm going to keep it kind of flat. And I'm going to just kind of dust off the sides. You can notice that a little chalk falls off every time. We really want it to be nice and fine. If you're really like cranking, it might get a lot of chalk for you, but then your surface of your water might have too much, sorry. So you want it to be a nice, even, and light layer so that the water can absorb it a little bit, so that it can absorb some of the water's moisture a little bit. So I'm gonna just keep moving and grooving, keeping it nice and light. If yours is like squeaking, like making crazy noises, you're pushing too hard, okay? But I'm gonna put this yellow back. I'm kind of keen to the idea of a little orange. So I'll just kind of scrape off that little layer. And while I'm doing this, I'm actively giving the water a little time to, again, kind of soak up that chalk, or for the reverse, for the chalk to soak up a little of that moisture. If we leave it for too long, our particles might sink, but if we have it on there just the perfect amount of time, then our paper will soak up all of that. So I've put a little yellow, I've put a little orange and a little red, and I'm just going to give my container a little tap, make sure everything is settled. And as you can see, sorry I keep going a little too far, as you can see there's just floating chalk on the surface, okay? So now when I'm ready for my paper that should have my name on it so that I know it's my paper when I'm done, I'm gonna take that paper and I'm just gonna gently lay it over the surface. Please don't just throw your paper down or plop it. Sometimes we get air bubbles when we do that. In the air that is coming between your paper and the surface of the water, it stops the chalk from sticking. But if you start from one end and kind of lower it down to the other, we have found it's a lot more successful. So I'm going to kind of put this down in my water. I'm going to go from one end to the other. I'm going to let my paper sit for just a second. Not too long so that it gets soaking wet, but just long enough so that when I peel it off, my colors transfer to my paper. So I'm going to lay this flat, and I guess I can't reverse my camera. And you can see, though it went through it, all of my yellow and my orange transferred to my paper. Okay? So what we're doing today is just practicing. We're going to make sure that we kind of get a good feel for the chalk pastels. We're going to make sure that we're putting a proper amount of chalk and not having too much or too little. And then we're going to see how our paper reacts. So today is all about testing and experimenting, getting those colors you want, and getting your papers ready to add those awesome silhouettes on top. So when you guys get going today, we're going to be working with our table groups, and we should be able to get one person done at a time. And within our 40 minutes or so, once we're done with this demo, that should be plenty of time for everyone to at least get one practice. Try to do 2 practices today if you can, all right? But I hope this was easy to see. I'm using a little stand today with my iPad, and it doesn't always work as well as other days. So I hope that you were able to see those well enough, and of course we can redo anything in real time today. So have an awesome class. I'm really excited to see your paper marbling and those silhouettes.